Hey, hi! Welcome to She Shines and Thrives, a channel where I talk about my move from a 9 to 5 to living my best life on my terms. Welcome and welcome back. On today's episode, I am going to be talking about 3 of the palettes from the Left Behind group that I've had a chance to play with, and now I have some decisions to lay down with regards to these palettes. So let's just get to it. Hey, so like I mentioned on today's episode, I'm going to be talking about 3 palettes that were part of the Left Behind group, which if you don't remember, if you haven't seen that episode, these were some Left Behind palettes that I just decided not to take. I had to make some quick decisions about which makeup, eyeshadow palettes, and things that I would take because I needed to evacuate. And these were among the group of palettes that I was like, nope, I don't need them, won't worry about them, won't even miss them. So thank goodness I didn't have to evacuate, but what it did is it got me to thinking, why don't I just try the palettes in the Left Behind group so that I can get better acquainted, 1, with the palettes, and 2, have a closer results and relationships in terms of, does a palette work? Are the colors patchy? Like, instead of trying to remember what the palette did or does or how it performs, I actually have some firsthand close knowledge. So the 3 palettes that I am going to talk about in this episode are Ace Beautè Flair palette, Colored Raine Power palette, and Pat McGrath Rose Decadence 6-pan palette. Starting off with Ace Beautè. Now, this palette, when I saw the color story, it was absolutely gorgeous. It still is absolutely gorgeous. It's a multi-season type of palette where you can get some summer looks from it. You can get some fall looks and maybe even some winter looks. Like if you really dig into the deeper, like the brown and the orange and the magenta, like and some little shimmery reds. And I had fun with this palette. I liked one of the looks that I did, but overall, I have to say that I didn't really care for this palette. A couple of reasons. Some of the mattes, one in particular actually, which is Sherbet. I thought it said Sherbet, but it's Sherbet, which is a lime green matte color. Just really didn't pick up, no matter if I had eyeshadow primer, glitter glue, like whatever I tried, it did not want to pick up. So I was like, okay, so that was the first thing. And then secondly, there's a shimmer. It's a beautiful blue shimmer called Bayberry. Same thing, would not pick up, would not stay on my eye. It just did not give me the oomph and the gusto that I was looking for, and did not perform as well as the other shimmers. So unfortunately, Ace Beautè, after trying it again and still falling in love with the color palette every time I opened up the eyeshadow palette, it just didn't make the cut. So I'm chucking it. Thank you so much, Ace Beautè Flair, for keeping the space warm for something else, but you gotta go. Next. Righty, so moving right along, we are moving to Colored Raine's Power palette. If you don't know, this palette was inspired by the TV show Power on the Starz Network, which I like the show. And so that's what really, when they came out with this palette, I was like, oh, okay, I'm about to be in Power. Anyways, let's not get carried away. If you're into gangster drug dealing and, inner city like grittiness, you might want to check it out. You may enjoy it, but don't hold me to that. I just know what I enjoy. So, but back to the palette, Power. It is a beautiful palette. It's more mauvey, purpley, and it's like a monotone type of palette, which concerned me at first because I was like, I'm not really sure what kind of looks that I would get from this. I like to have a little variety and not have it kind of come out to be the exact same, or looking so close that it's like, oh, is that the same look that you wore just yesterday? When I'm totally using different colors. So I tried this palette. I had fun with this palette, but unfortunately, this palette also did not make the cut. And the reason why is because the looks that I came up with are so similar. There's only one color called Deception that I can use as a crease color. And I think because of that, all the other colors that I placed on it or around it and paired with it just kind of looked all the same. It was just that Deception, aptly named, color for the crease just did not do it justice. There are two colors that I absolutely loved. The first one is Truth, which is a shimmery purple. And y'all know how hard it is to get a purple and a shimmery purple. Like, oh, this was so beautiful. And then the other one was Alibi, which is a deep smoky plum. And like, smoky eye, get out of here. No, you can tell me nothing because I was smoking the eyeing it out. However, that was not smoking the eyeing it out enough for me to hold on to this palette. So unfortunately, it did not make the cut. I'm going to give it the boot. Thank you so much, Power, for keeping the space warm for something else, but you got to go. Adios. Finally, we're on to the last palette. This is the Pat McGrath Rose Decadence 6-pan palette, which I'm fairly new to Pat McGrath. Like, I have some other palettes of hers, but I don't really get a lot of use out of them. Hence why I'm doing like what I left behind, declutter, like psh, adios, get out of here, reviews. But the Rose Decadence palette, so the shimmers, oh my gosh. Like, if you've never done a shimmer, even if you've done a shimmer, just go swatch it and put it on your, you will not look back. I'm telling you, Pat McGrath just did it with these shimmers in this palette. And then there's the one, I think it's called, let me see, Pink Champagne. It's like a skin show. So it's like a very natural, but a shimmer, like, oh, I can't even explain it. It is just absolutely gorgeous. That being said, all of the looks that I did, I thought they were beautiful. They were like sunsetty, sunrisey, very, very beautiful color combinations. The only thing that I have negative to say about this palette, there's no dark outer corner color. Like, what do I look like with just no outer dark corner? Like, do I even have eyeshadow on? Like, can you even tell, is this the shimmer? Or it was just a bit much. And I found that I needed to pull in other palettes to get a darker shade to get into that outer corner. So that kind of is putting me off on the Pat McGrath. That being said, this is a maybe because I am so in love with the shimmers and the skin show. What is it? 4 shades in this palette. Out of the 6, 4 of them are like clutching pearls, just clutching the pearls. So this one is going to be a maybe. I'm going to roll it into the next set of eyeshadow palettes that I'm going to be reviewing from the Left Behind group, and we'll see how she does. So I hope you enjoyed the show, and until next time, keep shining and thriving. Bye.